You're welcome, our student, in a new episode from your program مدرسة على الهواء. We missed you so much for this week. Today we hope to meet all your needs. Today we expect your interaction and your calls. Mr. Muhammad, you're welcome.
Welcome, Mr. Wائل. Today, dear students, as Mr. Wائel said before, we have to complete our previous lesson, as we have to explain today a mirror, as we have types of mirrors, and we will complete some expressions related to this lesson. Okay, Mr. Wائل.
First, let's have summary.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad.
Okay.
What's light reflection?
As we have today to complete, as we have light reflection as bouncing of light in the same medium when light meets a reflecting surface, as we studied before in second prep زي ما خدنا في تانية إعدادي. So we have two light rays, as we have incident light ray and we have reflected light ray. At the same time we have two angles. We have angle of incidence and angle of reflection. As we have at the same time we have a reflecting surface here. We have first law of light reflection and second law of light reflection. First law, as we studied before in second prep, we have angle of incidence equal angle of reflection. And second law of light reflection is what is incident ray, reflected ray, and normal line all on the same plane. Don't forget to write this word in your answer. All on the same plane are perpendicular on the reflecting surface. Okay.
And I think we talked about the types of mirrors.
Yes.
First, we talked about the plane mirror.
Plane mirror.
And what is the definition of plane mirror, Mr. Muhammad, if someone asked us?
Yes, if we have to explain how can we differentiate between the types of mirrors, we have two main types of mirrors. We have plane mirrors, we have spherical mirrors. If we have to define a plane mirror as a flat surface that reflect light, and this flat surface is painted from behind, يعني بيبقى reflecting surface وبيبقى especially metallic surface and painted from behind، يعني مدهون من الخلف to reflect light, to avoid the refraction of light، عشان ما يحصلش refraction as we studied before in primary stage زي ما خدنا في ابتدائي. But we have to know what is meant by light reflection as we studied in the previous episode. Okay.
Another definition, it is a piece of glass that is painted from behind with a silver layer.
Yes.
Okay. And we talked about the properties of image formed in the plane mirror. Can you remind us?
Yes, we have the properties of the image through or in plane mirror. We have this image is erect، يعني معدول، equal in size to the object، يعني مساوي لحجم الجسم. At the same time, this object at the distance between object and the mirror equal the distance between mirror and the image. So we have between object and image is perpendicular on the reflecting surface or on the mirror. At the same time, this image is reversed، يعني الصورة بتبقى reversed، يعني معكوسة or laterally inverted. يعني ممكن نستخدم الexpression as laterally inverted or reversed but not inverted. Inverted only, which means مقلوب، يعني upside down. إنما laterally inverted, which means reversed، يعني معكوس. So at the same time, this image is virtual, which means it can't be received on a screen. Okay, I hope today we can complete our lesson with spherical mirrors to know the types of spherical mirrors and how can we define the spherical mirrors. Let's go to start on students. We will start with spherical mirror. زي ما احنا شايفين قدامنا spherical mirror. Spherical mirror, which means what? The mirrors أو mirror, it's reflecting surface is a part of hollow sphere. So here we have to define what is meant by spherical mirror. Mirror, it's reflecting surface. What أقول له is a part of hollow sphere. وكلمة hollow معناها مجوفة. hollow هنا معناها as empty sphere. Okay, Mr. Wائل.
Let's go in a short break and we wait you. Okay. Welcome again, Mr. Muhammad. Let's go on.
Okay, so here we have to know what is meant by a spherical mirror. زي ما احنا عارفين spherical mirror is a holosphere طبعا زي ما احنا قلنا، او mirror its reflecting surface is a part of holosphere. زي ما احنا شايفين هنا قدامنا mirror its reflecting surface is a part of holosphere، يعني جزء من كرة مجوفة. We have some parts to our main parts in this mirror. We have C, we have P as you see. But before we talk about C, P, we should know we have two types of spherical mirrors. عندنا نوعين من spherical mirrors as we have here. يعني لو جينا نعمل كده for example طبعا by protractor we will use a protractor here as we have for example like that. And we make the shaded area behind the mirror as you see like that كده زي ما احنا شايفين. So here we talk about what? We talk about concave mirror. As mirror here, which means what? As mirror has the inner reflecting surface اهو، مش الانر ده اللي جوه، يبقى has inner، يبقى inner reflecting surface of the sphere. يعني الجزء الداخلي من السفير هو المراية. As you see كده we have this sphere, we have inner and outer. The shaded area is the outer part, and here we have the inner part of the reflecting surface of the holosphere. Okay, and at the يعني opposite direction or the opposite side we have here as you see here عندنا كده لو عملنا كده for example and we make the shaded area inside the sphere يعني جوه الكرة. So here we have what? We have the outer surface. نتكلم على السفير من بره. So here we talk about what? Convex mirror. Convex mirror. So what is meant by convex mirror? هقول له بدل inner اللي احنا كاتبينها فوق دي اللي هي شايفينها هنا inner، هقول له what? Yes, as we have here the outer، اقول له كده outer surface of the sphere. يبقى inner reflecting surface and the outer reflecting surface of the sphere. Okay, Mr. Wائل.
The word concave came from this. It is called cone in math. You studied, all my students, this in math. So this is cone, this is cave. So it's called concave, inner part. And this is vex. So it's called convex, the outer part. Okay, Mr. Muhammad, let's go.
Okay, so here we have how can we differentiate between concave and the convex mirrors. Concave has the inner part of the reflecting surface of the sphere, and the convex as the outer part of the reflecting surface of the sphere. So how can we define زي ما احنا هنشوف مع بعض the main parts of the concave mirror or convex mirror as we talk especially about the spherical mirror. طب نشوف ازاي هنشتغل عليهم. لو انا جيت عملنا مثلا as we have here for example هنا as sphere like that، هنعمل sphere يعني كورة كده. Okay, with 2D we have here point. This point is called what? Is C here, and at the same time here we have point in front of C here. This point is called what? Is called P. So we have P and we have C. If we have to mention the definition of C and P، عايزين نعرف يعني ايه C and P. المفروض طبعا we remove the rest part كده، هنشيل الباقي اهو because we have to talk about spherical mirror as a part of holosphere, and we have here the shaded area as the outer part. So here we have concave or convex mirror, so we have concave mirror. Okay, and in this part we have a straight line connects between C and P like that in this area. And firstly what is meant by أول حاجة لازم أعرف what is meant by C. يعني إيه C؟ C, which means what? Which means center of curvature. Center of curvature. Which means what? معناها ايه؟ C, center of curvature, which means center of what? Of the sphere. هي معناها مركز الكورة. Of the what? Of the sphere. That this mirror is a part of. So we know now what is meant by center of curvature. Center of curvature is the center of the sphere that this mirror is a part of. And on the other side we have here P. What is meant by P? P, which means what? Pole of the mirror. Pole of the mirror. Of the mirror. Firstly, we should know the plane mirror has no pole, but spherical mirror has center of curvature and pole. So what is meant by pole of the mirror? We should know it is a midpoint. هي نقطة المنتصف, midpoint on a reflecting أو on the reflecting surface. يعني هي النقطة اللي on the midpoint on the reflecting surface. Between them here we have a straight line connects between them, as we see here, between C and P. So this straight line is called what? It's called the principal axis. It's called principal axis. Principal, which means the main axis. محور الرئيسي. So what is meant by principal axis? It is what? As you see, you can describe. احنا هنوصف مش هنحفظ. It is a straight line. Connects between what? Connects between pole of the mirror and center of curvature, or between center of curvature and pole of the mirror. So here, how many principal axes as you see in front of you? كم principal axes عندنا? We have only one principal axis. Here we have a give reason for. عندنا give reason for زي ما احنا شايفين. How يعني ممكن هيقول لي the principal axis in the spherical mirror is only one. أقول له because it is a straight line connects between what and what? Connects between the pole of the mirror and what? And center of curvature. On the other side, or we have here another axis. عندنا another axis, as we have here from C to this point, or from C to this point, or from C to this point. We have many secondary axes or axes. محاور فرعية كتير قوي. So we have what? We have secondary axes. So we have what? Secondary axes. أقول له what? It is what? It is a straight line. How? A straight line connects between C and any point on the mirror except what? Except P. يبقى how many secondary axes? We have uncountable secondary axes. Infinite number of secondary axes. عدد لا نهائي. Why? As a definition. هقول له definition. هقول له because it is any straight line connects between what and what? Connects between center of curvature and what? And as you see here, pole of the mirror. So we have now, dear students, we know what is meant by center of curvature, what is meant by pole of the mirror, what is meant by principal axis, what is meant by secondary axis. And we know principal axis is one, while secondary axis is uncountable number or infinite number. We have another part, as we have here. طبعا هنشتغل برضو as a spherical mirror. We have spherical mirror like that. لو نبص هنا لو سمحتوا. As we have here, concave, for example, and we have P. P is what? Yes, pole of the mirror. C is what? Yes, center of curvature. And between them here we have a straight line. But here in this case, or now we will use what? We will use a ruler here. هنستخدم بقى المسطرة from 0 مثلا to 6 centimeters. For example يعني هنعمل كده from 0 to 6 centimeters like that. So here we have a distance. We have a distance. عندنا مسافة هنقيسها. So this distance is called what? Here we have radius, as we studied before in geometry. We have radius of curvature. Radius of curvature. So what is meant by radius of curvature? هقول له straight line? No. We have to say what? It is a distance. Distance, because we measure the length between P and C. Distance between what? يبقى هقول له distance between yes, center of curvature and pole of the mirror, or and any point on the mirror. واحد يقول لي ازاي ده؟ اقول له because we can measure distance as we have from C to this point as another radius. تمام؟ As we have C to this point. So here we have another radius. So how many radii here? R. We can make infinite number of radius of curvature. So how many radius of curvature? Infinite number. Why? Because it is a distance between center of curvature and any point on the mirror. عندنا هنا لو بصينا كده هقول له زي الديفينيشن بتاع مين؟ secondary axis. But we have a main different point here. Secondary axis, it is a straight line, but radius of curvature, it is a distance. So how many radius of curvature? أقول له infinite. So at the same time here we have another point. So if we have like that, هنرسم كده. As you see, C. طبعا بنستخدم ايه بقى؟ احنا عرفنا اللعبة. We should use a ruler to measure distance between what and what? Between C and what? And هنا 0. At 3 centimeters we put a point. At 6 centimeters we put another point. We have how many? We have 3 points now. Why? هقول لكم ليه دلوقتي. وبعدين هنعمل كده. كده اهو. اوكي. لازم نرسمها بالظبط. اوكي. We have now C, we know. P, we know. And we have here between C and P we have F. F capital. Here we have focus. Focus of the mirror. Of the mirror. What is meant by focus of the mirror? أقول له it is a point. مش هي point؟ أهي. مش هقول له between C and P. هقول له لا. ليها definition لازم نقوله. It is a point that أو point at which the reflected rays intersect. أو point of intersection of the reflected light rays. يعني if the light ray, وطبعا هنعرفها بعد شوية, if the light ray falls parallel to the principal axis it will reflect through focus. So focus now, it is a point. It is what? A point. طيب, if we want to measure distance between P and F like that, or distance between F and C, how many distances? Here we have two distances. From C to P as a distance, as a what? Distance. It's called what? من الC لل P لو هي distance هقول له radius of curvature. طب لو هي straight line هقولها له ايه؟ هقول له principal axis. طب this distance from P to F or from F to C is called F small Here we have another f small. So we have what? We have focal length. Focal what? Focal length. What is meant by focal length? نبص هنا ونشوف. Focal length, it is a distance between pole of the mirror and focus. Or مش and. Distance between focus and what? And center of curvature. So we have how many focal lengths here? We have 2 focal lengths. At the same time, from C to P as a distance is called what? Is called radius of curvature. So from this draw or this figure, now we know focal length or radius of curvature equal what? Equal double focal length, equal 2f small. Or 2 أو R، يعني ممكن نخليها بالعكس، يعني أقول له f small or focal length equal radius over 2. يعني ممكن نعملها triangle عشان نريح دماغنا برضه عشان ما ننساش كده. as you see. ها هعمل ايه؟ هقول له f هنا 2 وهنا what؟ r. As we want to calculate r as radius of curvature, we have to what? 2f. f focal length times 2. If we want to calculate focal length as radius of curvature over 2. So focal length equal how many? Equal half radius of curvature, or radius of curvature equal double focal length.
Okay, but there is a question.
Yes.
Focus is always the point of collection. The reflected light rays.
Point of collection of the reflected light rays, or if you have
all extensions. Sometimes extensions.
Extensions. We have here a condition.
Yes.
If we want to make the light rays intersect in the focus, the light rays should be parallel to the principal axis to reflect through focus. And we will see now how can we define or know the position of or the reflected surface, the way or the pathway of the reflected surface from the incident light ray. يعني أنا هنشوف الانسيدنت light ray رايح ازاي, so the reflected light ray return back in which direction. طيب هنا مستر وائل قال لنا the focus in all cases is the reflected light rays passes through it. Some cases we have extensions here and we will know, but firstly we should imagine or explain the 3 rules or 3 cases of the incident light rays. لو نبص كده مع بعض, طبعا هنا in this point we will use protractor. We will use protractor زي ما احنا هنشوف كده. نبص كده هنا على المونيتور لو سمحتوا. عندنا البروتراكتور كده اهو. By protractor then we draw arc like that. Okay? Then I will remove the protractor. خلاص انا مش محتاج البروتراكتور في حاجه, امشيته. Then I will use what? I will use here a ruler. Then I will measure 2 distances from P to F equal from F to C as 0, 3, 6 for example. But before I remove, after I determine the 3 points, بعد ما حطيت وحددت ال 3 main points بتوعي, I should draw a principal axis. لازم ارسم, ما انساش ان انا هرسم ال principal axis. طبعا هنا we should determine the 3 main points carefully. 0, 3, 6 for example يعني. Okay? Then I will draw like that. طبعا انا هحرك الرولر شويه كده. ليه؟ خلاص انا حددت 3 points بتوعي. I can draw now a principal axis like that. اهو principal axis. Then I will have now what? 3 points. We have to draw the shaded area as you see, as we have C, as we have F, as we have what? P. The first case called what? What happens if the light ray falls parallel to the principal axis? I will use one from the lines of your sheet. هستخدم سطر من سطور الكلاس ورك بتاعتي او my sheet, my paper. هعمل كده. The light ray falls what? Parallel to the principal axis as you see like that. this is not light ray. Why? Because we should draw a what? Yes, arrow. لازم احدد. لو انا رسمته كده يبقى مش light ray، يبقى straight line. We should draw a أو an arrow to determine the direction of the light ray. This light ray أقول له light ray falls parallel to principal axis. What happens? The light ray will reflect through what? Through focus. يعني اللايت راي هيرجع منين؟ من الفوكس. As you see كده ايوه راجع كده بالرولر برضو مش بايدي with ايه؟ with my ruler from the طبعا the incident point point of incidence. I will make a light reflection like that in this direction. Okay, so we have now what? We have an incident ray and a reflected light ray in this direction. So I will answer this question. أقول له it reflects through what? Focus as a first case. If the light ray falls parallel to the principal axis, it reflects through focus. On the other side we have another case. What happens؟ طبعا هنا عشان ما اطولش عليكم هنرسمها. طبعا احنا عرفنا البوينتس بتاعتنا. As here we have the mirror, we have to draw the shaded area as to determine the face of the mirror and the back area of the mirror. Don't forget to write two equal distances from C to P. As we have at the middle we have what? We have focus. Okay, in this case we have what? Light ray falls through focus. يعني اللايت راي المره دي جاي منين؟ هيعدي من الفوكس كده. Light ray pass through focus. Some students may ask why from this direction? As you like. Light ray passed from أو through focus from this direction. المهم إنه this light ray passed through what? Focus. In this case, the light ray will reflect parallel to the principal axis. It will reflect parallel to the principal axis. So we have another case. What happens if light rays or light ray falls through what? Focus. أقول in this case it reflects what? Parallel to what? Principal axis. على فكرة ده مهم جدا because we will answer the problems by these cases. The last case, if the light ray passes through what? If the light ray passes through the center of curvature. نفترض ان اللايت راي المرة دي هيعدي through the center of curvature. As you see like that. If the light ray falls through the center of curvature in this direction. In this case, the light ray will reflect on itself. طبعا we know why the light ray reflect on itself because angle of incidence equal angle of reflection equal 0. Okay.
Okay. We have many cases.
Yes.
For falling light rays
Yes.
on the concave mirror.
Yes.
The sun. Maybe the sun. First case. I want to ask a question, Mr. Muhammad. Is the distance between the object and the mirror
Yes.
has a role in the shape and the properties of the
Yes.
image or not?
Yes, as we have here to determine the distance between object and the mirror. To know how can we deal with this type of problem. So we have maybe the object at distance more than double focal length. More than double focal length. As we have double focal length at what?
Center
of curvature.
Yeah.
So if the body at center of curvature هنا بقول له more than double focal length يبقى بعد الcenter of curvature. لأن some cases some problems not direct، مش هيجيبها لنا مباشره. indirect questions يقول لي body at distance more than focal length but less than double focal length، يعني between F and C in this case. Let's go to start with the first case. نحل كده مسألة مع بعض. بيقول لي the body at distance more than focal length and less than double focal length. How can we deal with this type of problem؟ هنحلها ازاي؟ طبعا احنا اتفقنا مع بعض هجيب مين الأول؟ protractor. Okay. By using protractor we determine the arc. Okay. We will determine the arc بتاعنا اللي هو القوس بتاعنا اهو. خلاص كده خلصناه، مش عايزينها كبروتراكتور تاني، انتهى الامر. So we have to use the ruler to determine two equal distances. To determine what? Two equal distances, as we see here, we have, for example, by using one from the lines of your sheet. هستخدم السطور بتاعتي ما ارسمش سطر كده او line without a on the line او on the line of your sheet. 0, 3 and what? 6 for example. Okay, then before we remove the ruler we should make it to write the principal axis. احنا حددنا مين؟ احنا حددنا طبعا the three main points, and now we have what? The principal axis as we have here like that. Okay, by using ruler. Okay, so the as you see here we have C, we have F, we have P, and the light the body at distance more than focal length and less than double focal length. So the object here is between what and what? Between F and C. We have this is the object. As we have by ruler برضو هرسمه one straight line with a head as an arrow. Okay, and we will use what? Rule number 1. If light ray parallel by ruler هرسم بالمسطرة برضو on the line of your classwork sheet. line يعني مسطرة أو المسطرة على السطر نفسه. straight line كده طبعا incident ray parallel to the principal axis, it will reflect through what? Focus. And we will use rule number 2. Light ray from the head برضو. Light ray passes through what? Focus, like that. It will reflect how? It will reflect parallel to the principal axis, like that. So we have here what? We have intersection points. Intersection here in this point. At the point of intersection we will draw the heads. The heads. Okay? And we will complete toward what? The principal axis. وكم من ناحية principal axis. So we have now what? The image. ده الإيمج بتاعي. We will now determine or we will describe the properties of the image. هنوصف الإيمج. Number 1, the image is what? Erect or inverted? معدول ولا مقلوب? We talk about the image is inverted. If the image is inverted, the image is what? Is real. What is real? Why? Because this image is formed due to intersection of the reflected rays. دايما هقول له كده. أو reflected ray and another reflected ray. Number 3, this image is what? Equal to the object or magnified. يعني more than أو bigger than the object. طبعا هنا مكبر. يبقى magnified. Number 4, we will describe its position. مكانه فين؟ أقول له after center of curvature or more than what? 2R. 2R يعني what? يعني بعد 2F sorry. more than double focal length. يعني هو double focal length مش من P للF هنا focal length ومن الF للC another focal length. يبقى more than double focal length or after center of curvature. Okay.
If I want to have my image
Yes.
on the concave mirror
Yes.
equal in size to B, where can I stand?
So here in this case, the object at distance equal double focal length or at center of curvature. If the object at center of curvature, the image at center of curvature, but from what? The downside here. يعني هو يبقى فوق والتاني تحت. طب بنشوفها مع بعض. عندنا another case هنا. Object at distance طبعا more than double focal length. لا مش هنخليها more than double focal length، هنخليها at double focal length. يعني عند الدبل focal length بالظبط. هنشيل دي. احنا عايزينها ايه؟ at double focal length. اوكي؟ طبعا by using arc protractor عشان ما اطولش عليكم. Using like that, and we will draw two equal distances by using the ruler. هستخدم الرولر. طبعا I will draw two equal distances from طبعا C to P as we have here. عندنا 1 2 3 طبعا قد بعض. Here we have C, here we have P, F, and what? C. Number 1, we should draw the object at double focal length. يعني هنا صح؟ من غير قبل ما ابتدي انا عارف ان الايمج لازم يبقى فين هنا in this area and equal in size. And what? Equal in size. If the object at double focal length, the image at double focal length, and equal in what? In size. Equal in size. يعني هيبقوا قد بعض وفي نفس المكان. But we have a difference. The image is inverted. الامج is what؟ هيبقى صورة مقلوبة. اوكي؟ يعني ممكن نشوف كده الفيديو بتاعنا اهو. اهو. لو بصينا كده مع بعض at principal axis الفيديو principal axis. Okay, and if we move the object forward or away from the mirror, we have different cases here. We have P, F, and what? C. اهو كل ما بصوا اهو. Due to the intersection of reflected ray. If we have object at F, بصوا نرجعها تاني دي عشان دي حلوة جدا. If object at F, we have no image. We have no image. لو الأوبجكت واقف تخيلوا حد يبقى in front of concave mirror and can't see yourself, your image, because at F no intersection of reflected rays or their extensions. Or their what? Extensions. If we move the object toward the P, لو قربناها أكتر شوية كده أهو. هنا in this case only one case we have erect image. على فكرة ده give reason مهم جدا. لو نبص هنا بيقول لي give reason for if you want to get a suitable image. خلي بالكم يا ريت لو حد يعني بيكتبوا كده معانا. If you want to get or obtain a suitable image, you should put the object at distance less than focal length. Why? Because if the object less than focal length, or which means between P and F, the image is erect or upright. الحالة الوحيدة. هو magnified ومكبر but erect. So we have only one case. The image is erect if the object at distance less than focal length. I hope يعني we can complete.
But I have a question.
Yes, okay.
Greek people, did they study this lesson? Did they attend this episode? They used a trick by mirror to burn the ships of their enemy.
Yes, yes.
Did you remember? Can
yes,
you explain it for us?
Yes, Romans here in ancient era using أو في الحقب القديمة يعني use the concave mirrors to burn the sails of their enemies. عشان يحرقوا أو burn يعني يحرقوا the sails of their enemies الأشرعة بتاعت المراكب بتاعت enemies by using concave mirror. Why? Because concave mirror is a convergent mirrors. مجمعة. Which means collect light rays after reflection using as a bullet, as the arsenal, مدفعية طبعا before the humanity discover or invent this tools قبل ما الإنسان يكتشف أو يخترع البنادق والكلام ده كله. So if we talk about concave mirror is convergent mirror. So they use in solar oven الأفران الشمسية and solar cells. Why? Because they collect light rays after reflection. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Muhammad.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of our students. We hope to meet all of your needs today. We hope to see you next time, and we hope to do what you have to do on at your homes. Okay, let's say goodbye.